Hello, fellow brand ambassadors. Welcome again. I know that we started for some reason. This is strange. We've never experienced this. And I was kicked out, and we just discovered that nobody. I saw Auntie Lynn's comments like, "Is anybody here?" I was like, "I don't know what's happening." Before I discovered, we were just talking to ourselves. However, the topic for today was that I was just coming to respond to something that happened because yesterday made a quick video in Pigeon reprimanding a brother in Nigeria who was trying to organize an event to help people, show them how to migrate to the OES and stuff like that. And so he was charging some money, like $3,500 or sorry, a naira or 500 naira if you want to attend on Zoom. So for because of the fact that we the corporate doesn't allow people to collect money to do anything on behalf of this business. I went on it. I was like, no, it's not done. Let's not do this. It's unacceptable. It happened once in Cameroon. I equally made a pigeon in video, and we actually frowned at it, and we helped so many people recover their accounts that were confiscated by an individual. So why I'm talking about this is that this video met with a backlash that got me really broken down in spirit, because where I see now, I feel that I've been rejected by my people, who are the people from Nigeria. I got many calls yesterday. People felt like I insulted them, which I did not come out, I did not intend to. So, however, I say one, there was no need to insult people, and two, I've never thought that I could insult somebody, because insulting Nigeria means insulting myself. And if people felt that I came across as being insolent and disrespectful, I apologize for the sake of peace, but it was not intended to be so. It was just a passion. Like in my country, they say when a child, when you get angry, when you beat the child, you send it under the bed. If I meant to insult or humiliate Nigeria, I would have said that in Pidgin. I spoke it like sister talking to family, but then it did not come out well. I tried to explain myself that this is where I was coming from. We know ourselves. We've been moving on together as a family till yesterday when I did this. So when I tried to explain, they told me that I could do that in Cameroon because in my country, but I was not allowed to do that in Nigeria because Nigeria is not my country. I felt really rejected. I felt bad because one of them promised me that I was going to face a backlash, and it happened. I was answering God. I made sure I answered all the calls because I had nothing to hide. I told them that I was unapologetic because it is unacceptable that people should pay money to be taught how to migrate to the OES and stuff like that. So I felt really bad. I just thought that we should share this. I'm just sharing it really brief, after which we will need to move on because I'll let it go. I can't control how people feel about me, but then I still need to move on, and of course move on with a clear conscience. And I could not handle it myself. I had to tell Sister Fumi and Brother Collins, and so I just like them to comment on it, and please let's actually move on after this and in peace. I'm happy to move on too. So Sister Fumi, please.
Thank you very much, Sister Comfort, for that and for apologizing. And on behalf of Nigerians in general, that especially those that felt really offended, I would like to say sorry about that. Don't forget that she's still our sister. We are still together. We are still the same Africans, and we believe in one another. And in Unpassive, we are a family. There is no segregation between you are Nigerian, you are Cameroonian, you are Indian. No, that is not what brought us together. What brought us together was Unpassive, and Unpassive is a family. I just thought I needed to say that. I would like to say for this evening, I was invited by some of the leadership in Nigeria, in diaspora as well, not just in Nigeria, but they've actually handled this situation really, excellently, because I also was in that meeting with the young man. He's a very helpful, enthusiastic young man that has been helping people to migrate to OES, and it's just that he was not conversant with who the leadership of Nigeria, the face of leadership in Nigeria. He was not aware of that, and he was not aware of the protocols of what he needed to go through to do that. So he has apologized, and I believe that, like most of the leaders said there, that he himself spoke to me directly and said that if he knew what the procedures were, he wouldn't have done that, and he didn't know that you needed not to put ONPASSIVE logo, and then he needed to have spoken to a particular leader, and the leadership face for Nigeria, or the face of leadership in Nigeria, is Brother Olalanre Akinremi, and then you can also speak to Dr. Ho, who lives in the US as well. So those two leaders. So I believe it's nothing to do with scamming anybody. It's the congregation, or how will I call it, the founders themselves, because the young man lives in a small tiny place. So they decided that since he didn't have the the resources and the the capacity, space capacity to help them, they were going to put money together and then support themselves for him to help them in that area. So that's what I was told this evening. And I spoke to the young man himself. He's not scamming anybody. I think the misconception of not knowing who to speak to directly as leadership in Nigeria was one of the things, but now he knows. And both leadership in Nigeria and in diaspora, they are handling that situation. The event is still going to hold because those people needed to be helped, but they cannot be helped in a small, tiny place. And the leadership are going to be taking control of the situation as well. So that is my bit. And I just want to say that as much as the young man is willing to help a lot of people, is good that now he knows the rules, he knows, and even if he didn't know before, now the leadership there will put him through, and especially because he's a leader, he's showing leadership skills, so they are going to take him on and actually give him some tutelage to know what the procedures are. If he needs to do anything like that in the future, he needs to contact leadership in Nigeria before it is actually carried out. It cannot solely be the face of ONPASSIVE, and also put ONPASSIVE logo there as well. Thank you very much. That's the bit I wanted to say to clarify things this evening. But also I wanted to please ask those who have spoken to you to please, we need to move on, and please, as much as you are my sister, you are my brother, I don't care where you are from, whether from Ghana, whether from Namibia, whether from Uganda, whether from Rwanda, we are all brothers, we are all sisters. What concerns you concerns me. And don't let us forget, Ash said, if this business stabilizes, takes off, and is successful in Nigeria, then it will be successful in the whole of Africa. So we are not just speaking just for ourselves. And so nobody should be saying, oh, you are not Cameroonian, you are not Nigerian, so don't come and talk about what affects one person affects the others. And we need to see ourselves as a family like that. Once we see ourselves like a family like that, then there's no division, because whatever happens with ONPASSIVE in Nigeria is going to affect everybody in Africa. So that's my bit. I will let it rest there. Bra Collins, over to you. Thank you, Sister Comfort.
Yeah, sure. So we just want Brother Collins to, given what we have explained, so you come in now and explain more why it's not acceptable that we take money to help. People have been doing this, but we just want to hear your bit, though. Let me not go on your.
Yes, thank you, Sister Comfort. We just said that I'll just start by the point when people call and they rattle, which is really bad. Sometimes the manner of approach can make or break somebody down. And we are not here as family to break someone, but to come to a nice understanding of why we should do something or why we shouldn't. So for those who have called and they try to talk about Sister Comfort is not a Nigerian, it's really bad. Let us remember the way Mr. Ashifara built this company. He said in ONPASSIVE, there is no family, there is no tribe, there is no religion. There is only one family, the ONPASSIVE family. You either belong to the ONPASSIVE family or you are out of the family. There is no color, there is no race, there is just nothing. It's just one family. And if we start to have that mindset, you have respect for every other. What affect? There is something my mom always said: when your leg is affected, your whole body is affected. If your hand is affected, your whole body is affected. Anywhere where OnPassive would display, it is part of me. It is part of Star Comfort, part of Star Fumi, the whole, those in India, those, it is for everybody everywhere across the globe. That is the beauty about OnPassive. And so we will not want politics or segregation, certain things to happen in OnPassive. For me, when I look at that, I was just like, no, this is not where I want to be. OnPassive is something, it shouldn't break us, but it should make us, form us, and mold us. When you see an audio like that with Star Comfort come, call and ask, but don't come with try to be on your high horse. And that is why, Sister Comfort, I don't like the word leaders. Leaders must be servants. There are a lot of people who are doing this. To request for money, when you look at that thing online, yes, you can ask money for event. That is, I say you want to, because one person cannot rent a place. We understand that it is hard. But when people request and they say they want to do it and they want to put their money together, so be it. Mr. Ashford will not stop them. But when you say those who want to even watch it online should pay, that is where I said, no. The person can equally watch, because if you have the money to buy mobile data to watch online, then you can still equally watch it for free. Charge your phone and watch everything anywhere. There is Indian webinar going on in the Bangladesh in English. They have not charged anybody. Chris Johnson is going live. You can go on. Julie F. You cannot charge somebody for that, to say, buy your mobile data. That's where I find it. You buy mobile data, right? In Africa, we buy data. And then what? You pay again 500 naira to watch an event. That is no. I think Mr. Ashmofra will not even agree with this. I would rather point people to buy your data and then watch corporate. We are now in the crucial stage where people will be talking about activation. I would rather say keep that 500 naira bit by bit ready for activation. And when we complain about poor bandwidth, what should we say about people in Papua New Guinea? Papua New Guinea, they are facing worse problem than any part where you want to talk about internet bandwidth, but they still struggle. I've never seen David asking money. I've never seen all of those leaders there asking money, but they come together as one man, rent place, call those who cannot afford to come. Sometimes they hire generator for people to watch, for founders to watch. That is enough sacrifice, which is really appreciated. So for those, I don't like to call the word leaders, because we are all servants. I don't see myself as leader. I see myself like giving my services to OnPassive, to those who need it, So for those who go and hammer and said, bring this thing down, you are not supposed, you are not a Nigerian, let Nigerians speak for themselves. My brother and sister, you are wrong. OnPassive is not for you. OnPassive is not for you with segregation. Mr. Ashmofara never ever asked anybody from Martin Digamo to do webinar, but he encouraged that if you can do it, fine. If you cannot do it, so be it. You are still founders. But when you take the delight to do it, please don't charge others. Don't ask anything. Those who have can put their money together and bring the poor. Let us remember how OnPassive was developed, Sister Comfort. It was almost $1,000. Ms. Ashford dropped it to 97 to allow everybody to come in. So that mindset as well, those who have put it together and bring those who don't have, don't charge them. Don't charge them, and don't make flyers put it, because look at it. OnPassive is there, no matter how tiny it is. OnPassive is organizing training. OnPassive and then training. That word training, pay this, and the bank account sort code, every is there. My brother and sister, it is wrong. The flyers speak for itself. I saw people comparing what we are doing is the same thing we are doing in UK. Forget it. UK one has been approved by corporate, and because we went through the process. The first one we did, we never asked anybody. Nobody asked it. Those who are saying in America or they say something, ask it. 12 of us or 13 of us put it from red reference to down. We said it's good thing for us to come and bring people together. We did it in Milton Keynes, my town. Little one. I think 6 of us come together and bring everybody to come because we want to showcase OnPassive. We never ask a dime for anybody. So those who are capable, do it for those who are incapable. But remember, when we complain about internet, OnPassive will never go back to the old days. It will be an internet solution. So people must be ready to either take it, because how will you withdraw your something from your wallet? From wallet to digital solution, everything is internet. You don't have internet, you cannot operate in OnPassive. Let us start to encourage people rather than I don't want to call it ripping them off, telling them to come for training. Let us prepare the mindset of say you will always live with internet, because this is the business, this is the lifestyle you will live. So, Sister Comfort, I just want to say that, but those who have come too hard, I said, Sister Comfort, you apologize. I'm sorry for the young guy, the guy who did it, but I think for those who come across and they try to hammer on you for that, I will not apologize for them. I apologize. The young guy, I feel sorry. But those who came very hard on you, saying nasty thing, no. It's a no in OnPassive. And it's really a disgraceful thing, Sister Comfort. Thank you. I'll just leave it there.
Yeah, sure. Wait, I just wanted to open up, because to be honest, I felt really bad. If I did not, at least I'm just happy that you and Sister Fumi could listen to me. But then I thought that I just need to air it out, because it feels bad being denied just because you did something wrong. We have been moving together like forever, and I'm still happy to move on again, except that Nigeria doesn't want me again at all. I'm still very happy to move on, because you can only tell me that I'm not Nigerian, but you can't take it off me. I have it in my heart. That's my home. Nobody can stop me from being Nigerian. No matter how much you tell me to get out of here, go and say it in my country. Nigeria is mine. You can't stop me. And so I am moving on with everybody. So far, the only person, because I appreciate this young guy too, because everybody who called me yesterday, they commended him for what he is doing. I've never known about him. So he's doing really well. I really do appreciate him and for what he's doing, and that he should keep on doing it, apart from the fact of collecting money, because it's all sacrifice. We can always try other ways around to get it done. Thanks be to God too. Things are going to be much better when our products are out there, guys. I love Nigeria. Anybody who felt insulted, I did not mean to insult anybody. I did not do so. But apart from that, I still say sorry if you really felt insulted. It was not intended to be that. Let's move on. So we cannot stay the night here because of this. We will still move on, guys. UK and Ireland is coming up. We have less than 4 weeks to go. So if you still need a ticket, or if especially you who are in the UK and Ireland and you have not reserved a place for yourself yet, tickets are running out. Meanwhile, if you're in mainland Europe and anywhere around, you are welcome to come. Many people are coming from abroad. Come, let's meet, bring someone along, get a ticket for a friend, for a loved one, invite them. Let's have this going. So we want to use this opportunity to discuss something that just happened. You can't believe that I think 2 days ago, Collins brought this up, where he found in one forum, somebody went again and clicked on this same red cancellation button, cancel membership. Somebody clicked on it, went through the process, got the code, put it there, and canceled their membership. And so we thought that we should discuss it. So I don't know, Collins, what do you want again to say about this, the cancellation button? What is it?
Yeah, cancellation button, if you look at it, I think it's easy and it's just straightforward. Those who can read, they can see it clearly. Cancel membership. That's what it says. Cancel membership. It's not a delete button. It's a cancel membership, and it's really hidden for someone to navigate, because normally if you look at the cancel membership, is where it's in all founders, and you have to go right to your profile down. I'm asking myself, what are you really doing? What are you looking? You've left the OES, everything nice where you can navigate, play with it. You've looked at everything, there's something in your own, and you go straight to where they said cancel. Because sometimes I ask myself, what were you really thinking? It says cancel membership. If you can, even if you don't understand English, say there is language there, you can select the language of your choice. Look at it and it will still tell you the same. Click on this. And it's not like it's straightforward for you to click. You click, it will take you to another page. You send the code to your email. You have to go and collect that code, come back and confirm it. The moment you do that, you are off. There is no way. It's just one-way ticket. One-way ticket. And you can't come back and say, I'm sorry, I made mistake. Because I ask myself, I've never touched that button. I've seen it. I've never, ever touched that button because it is in red. It's danger. You know, there is delete account and there is cancel. When you want to delete your account, you say you've registered as a customer. Meanwhile, you are founders. There is delete account. And that is in OES, the OnPassive ecosystem, on your profile. You just click on, you know, not even the profile. You click on that, the abbreviation of your name. You see delete account. Before logout, you see delete account. Means delete the account. You're just deleting the account because maybe you registered wrongly. Now, cancel membership is different. Means you are saying, I don't want to be a member again, a founding member of OnPassive. I'm happy to go my way. You want to part away, you know, with Mr. Ash Mufara. And then you come back and say, sorry, we have been preaching this. You know, in Heroes webinar, we tell people, don't mess up with it. Don't go there, please. It is really, because one-way ticket. I think Marty Digabo, Chris Johnson, read every Julie. It was just like wildfire. So I don't really understand at this point in time where people still go and mess with it. And then they come and say they want to write support. I was just like, when I saw it, I said, oh my God, it is finished. Because nobody will listen to you. Nobody. The only one thing you can do is you come as resellers, that comfort. It is really hard because Mr. Ash said, the moment you click on it, you're
gone forever.
You're gone forever.
That's true, because Marty is saying here, most things can be redone but then if you cancel, you are done. Sorry, that's it. So Gladys is just making me laugh because she's like, if you can follow the steps to collect the code from email, I believe you have really made up your mind to quit. I think that's the way of looking at it. Sorry that I'm laughing. It's not a funny thing. However, I don't know. I saw this button for the first time when I was helping somebody to get to get them into the OES. So the person could not do it because they were at home, network problems. I took the password and helped. That's why I saw the cancellation button. Then the next day, somebody comes, they have cancelled. The same people who cannot follow instructions to get registered on the OES. What is happening? Let's just, when you are not sure of something, because it's funny. Why do they ask me to cancel? Because who are you? I am a founding member of OnPassive. They say cancel a membership. You go and click on it. Follow all of those steps. If you are doubting, why not wait? Hold on a minute. Ask someone. Just call someone and ask, or you type it on your chat forum. Say, what is the meaning of cancel membership? So that anybody who sees that will stop anything they're doing quickly and even maybe give you a call to make sure you did not touch it. So guys, let's really help ourselves. Ask, because everybody, I'm sure everybody's just happy to help. Let's not keep doing this to ourselves and beating our bodies for no good reason. So I think we don't want to belabor this. However, please, if you doubt anything, ask. So guys, once again, we are reminding you, if you need the ticket, Sister Fumi, you can kindly help drop the link for the UK event on the chat section. We would appreciate, so that anybody who needs a ticket, you can go for it. Or if you are struggling in any way, just kindly contact us and let's see how we can help. We all just want to meet there, because as founders, it's going to be fun for us to meet face to face. You know, you meet Redfern, you meet all of those people, the OTech pros, you meet Andy Burks with his little easy way of putting figures and all of those things. It's all going to be fun, guys. Meanwhile, bring somebody, a non-founder, along. That is somebody who will never forget that day in their life for what they are going to discover. The tickets are extremely cheap. You can give one or two to a friend, to a loved one. And believe me, it's going to go a long way. We all know what this means to us. We just want some people to feel like that. And the opportunity comes on the 22nd of April, 2022 in Manchester, organized by UK and Ireland. So guys, let's keep that in mind. Meanwhile, Collins, let's just round up on this point. What should people be doing now? Because there's a lot to do. We are waiting for the sweetness, for the next thing to happen so that we can finally click on that link. While waiting, what should we be doing?
Yes, that's nice.
Maybe if Mr. Fumi go first, because she's been quiet. Sis, before your lips clear, stick together. You better say something.
Okay, I was eager to say something.
I know.
With the UK and Ireland event, please, there's some free tickets available for those who want to come, but they cannot afford it. I already have someone send me their details just not too long as we were on this program. So I have one person that wants to come, and they will actually be not having the money to actually come. So I will take their details from them. That is one. And for now, for those who are brand ambassadors, I'm telling you, there's a lot to do. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot to read. Our OES has a guide. Each of our free products have got guides, and they've got videos for you to watch, and then look at the top of the OES there. It talks about languages. I played with it a bit today. I even changed it to Yoruba myself and tried to make sure that I read it and see what's happening. So you have things like that to learn. Check whether your language is there. If your language is there, check and change it to your language so that you understand better, because sometimes people are able to understand things better in their own native languages. You understand me? So look at that. Then at the same time, start getting your activation money ready. It's very important. So there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to know about the products. There's a lot to know about how those products function and how you can actually, if someone asks you on the spot, they put you on the spot and say, hey, for me, so what is OConnect about, or what is OChat about? What can it do for me? What can it not do for me? I already have a question from someone that said, oh, what kind of capacity does the OMail have? Does it have a limited capacity? How many gigabytes? And you know me, I'm not a techie person. I had to run to Bra Collins and said, so what is this gigabyte thing? They're asking me for the gigabyte of OMail. And so things like that. And I've learned from asking him that question. By that person asking that question, I've also learned, by Brad Collins giving me the answer. So please, there is a lot to learn, and a lot to learn. I'm not saying you need to, but at least know about it. It's your business, so know about it. I will leave it there and let Brad Collins say the remaining. Thank you.
Yes, bro, go ahead.
Yes, Esther Fumi have just said it all. This is the time for people to really navigate the OES. We always said you don't really need to know the product. If you want to know it, fair enough, go ahead. If you know you will use it. We just have to start to have the business, the business mind, the way you want to operate your business. Because if you look at it very well, I always say sky is not your limit. Heaven is your limit, because when you die, you can't come back. So they say those who see God who can never come back. But you can go and go and go. And OMPASI just have like everything. Mr. Ash Mufara is up there shaking the apples. So sometimes you look at webinars, people talk about Burj Khalifa. Yeah, it's good to talk about it to be motivated. But when we ask ourselves, what was Mr. Ash Mufara doing? He's opening the door, shaking the apples. Ours is just to pick our apples, fill your basket down. You don't want to take Mr. Ash Mufara place or Dr. Susan, Professor Susan, or this. They are doing the job. Let us leave them to do their job. Ours is to collect. And what do I mean by this? Know your OES. Know your marketplace. Know your wallet. Know your subscription. Know your favorite, your orders. That's the place where the business is evolved. If you ask most of the founder, do you really know this? Do you really understand it? Because that is the place you will be using day in, day out. You'll be sleeping on it, thinking about buying extra traffic, thinking about activation, because in the subscription base, you'll be activating products as they come in, as Mr. Ash Mufara throw them all in. You are activating. That's what he said last time. He said, if I were you, when they asked that question in Lean shows, Rob Lean, Mr. Ash Mufara answered the question. He said, I will own every product. I will buy every product. I will create an office in my house, a quiet place. I will take OMPASI as my full-time job. It means when they said as a full-time job, it means you get up in the morning, take your shower, make your cup of coffee or tea, cookies, you put it, go to your laptop, log in, and start your morning like you are in your office. I will upgrade. It means I will max it out. When you come in at a certain level and there's a way to grow, just grow every product, buy extra traffic. Make sure you do everything, own it. And where will you do that? Is in your marketplace, your subscription. Yeah, that is the ecosystem, because Mr. Ashwa, like, he is shaking the apple, pushing it there. Us is to collect, just collect. So know these things, know your ecosystem. The products, you don't really need to know. But to purchase the product, yes. Do I know it? No. But will it bring me something? Yes, I will purchase it. I don't need to know it, but I'll put it there because I know those who know it will come for it. If you don't put it there, nobody will know. Mr. I said, you cannot sell what you don't own. You know, you don't need to know it, but I'm selling it. So, Sakovo, that's what I will throw it out there. Know it, spend time, know what all these functions are. Why is it there? It's not there for fun. It's there for a reason.
Exactly. Even right now, there's just a lot of fun before the whole thing comes out. You know, the best, bringing its best shape. When you go to ONET, you know, playing with the, even just trying to figure out how to use the blog is something, because, and then figure out how to use the podcast. That is something. Go back to the blog, go to the Unpassive blog and get fed. There is much, 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 much information. You know, there's this topic that I so love, how to leverage Facebook, social media to grow your business. Read that and hear what they say. I mean, you're just like, oh my God, you know, this is information that people pay for to get, you know, but then you have it out there. They tell you that this is how social media helps you to grow your business, how, and this is how ONET is going to help you get that done, because we are owning it, right? The moment we are ready, when you are presenting ONET to somebody, that's so same ONET, which is a free product, say, listen, this is what ONET will do to you as a business person. You have podcasts, you have the blog. When you write the blog or you do podcasts, they advertise it for you. That is extra income. If you bring your business, they do all of those things you need to know. You can only give what you have. If you need a bit more, like Andy says, of course, Mr. Mufari and his team, they're happy to fetch it for you. But if you want a bit more, you want to get right up there really quick, or quicker than anticipated, go for it. Tell somebody about ONET and then get there quick and get your freedom so that you sack your boss, as many people say. Who doesn't want to sack their boss? I'm ready to. All right. So I don't know about others. Please do something and do it right. There's something that Sister Gladys is saying here, Collins, Sister Fumi. Let's look at this. Those who depended on sponsors to manage their accounts, when they thought OP wasn't real and gave their email passwords, need to take their account back if they can read. So why? Because you need to know your business. That's what Sister Gladys, this is very important, especially back home. By back home here, I mean Papua New Guinea, I mean Africa, I mean parts of India where there's no network connection, people help people and so on. Let's just be honest enough to give back these accounts. Sister Fumi, I don't know if you want to comment on this too, because this is very important. It is. Thank you, Sister Gladys.
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad that Sister Gladys mentioned that. It's very important, except that person, even if that person agrees for you to manage that account, please make sure there's something written and signed up to that effect, so that you are not accused of holding on to someone else's account when they haven't asked you to. Because it's true, because I'm in a position where I've helped a lot of people as well. And I'm still doing that, because some of them, with the kind of phones that they have, they cannot even access just checking their OES, which I have to do most of the time. But like Sister Gladys said, it's important that people take their accounts back and start managing it, because it's their business. I don't want to run my business and also help you to run yours. I don't have the capacity for that. Even if I had, I will have that capacity. I would like to put all that energy into mine, not into yours. Except, if they do that, and then please, like the situation we had in Cameroon where someone sat on someone's account, we don't want that situation to occur again, especially when we start having some apples in our wallets, so that nobody sits on anybody's account. If they ask you to actually keep running that account for them. Make sure there's something written between yourselves, and if possible, get the lawyers involved in that so that it's something that is legally documented, so that you're not seen as someone sitting on anybody's account. If not, even if you can't get lawyers involved, write something, that person signs, you sign, and so that we know, everybody knows that you are the one managing that person's account. And when their apples start dropping, you make sure you give it to them, except the accounts that you have paid for yourself and you have decided to disburse whatever apples come out of it by, whatever, at your own discretion. Basically, that's all I have to say. Thank you, Sister Comfort.
All right, thank you, sis. So, Brother Collins, any last word, please, before we close?
Yeah, so the only thing is people need to learn how to manage their account. Don't give it to anybody, because no matter how small you see it now, you don't see the big picture. When the time comes, there'll be a lot of problem. Or those who think like, I can just leave it for someone, KYC is coming, you have to do it yourself. There's a lot of things involved. And anything that money is involved, there'll be really big problem. So to me, no matter how it is, manage your account, struggle with it, learn it, you'll be perfect. You'll be perfect. The time is coming, you will be perfect. You will know it. Don't be scared to open it and check what is in there. Because with money, you never know. Money brings people together and split them again. So people should just be careful. Try to struggle, learn it. You will know it. That's what I want to say, Sister Comfort.
Yeah, sure. I think that should be it, Sister Fomi, except that you have some other thing to add. Meanwhile, I think let me say this too. It's important, because what brought us here first was the issue of trying to chip in some tiny money to get help. No matter how much help you receive on a face-to-face basis, you still need to learn how to do your things by yourself online, on your phone, on your laptop, because that is where your office is. You will not need anybody to do your KYC for you. You need to do it. You don't need anybody to withdraw your money from your wallet to your bank account. You will need to do it. These things, they take electronics, they take internet, they do them online. So whether you like it or not, you have to do it. You have no choice. That's just it. So since last reminder about Manchester, and let's get I think
okay. I was gonna chip something in which cropped up a bit again. I know we've visited this over and over about accounts, and with somewhere like with a country like Nigeria, where things have changed as relating to banking, people need to have a dollar account or a pound account or an euro account. So people need to look at their banks and be sure that they have the correct kind of account well in advance before it's time for us to do KYC. I just wanted to throw that in because that cropped up again, because some people are not able to open account, or they have accounts that if the business starts to run, their apples cannot go in there because they don't have the specific account for that kind of money to go in, because they will be paid in their currencies, but they need to have a business account, not a personal account, just to let people know that. Thank you. And with Manchester, I just wanted to put in, there's some people that have volunteered, and we have some free tickets. For those, I want to stress it again, for those who want to actually come, and you are in Manchester, and you are either an individual self-employed, whether you have a small business or you have a medium business, if you want to come to this event and you cannot afford to, but you are in Manchester, we have at least 5 tickets that can go towards people like that. But it's going to be based on first come, first serve. We already have a first name, 1 name is down already, so we only have 4 left now. So please, anybody that wants to come and you are in Manchester or surroundings like Birmingham or Leeds or Coventry, where it's close to Manchester, please, or Sheffield, because Sheffield too is close to Manchester, and you want to come to this event and you cannot afford to, let us know. Find us on Facebook. Thank you, Sister Comfort. Over to you.
All right, sure. Thanks, of course. Thank you guys for coming back again after we had the unfortunate breakup. I don't know what happened, but I'm happy that we came back again. Thank you for your support. We are moving on as a family. We remain one family. on Passive Nation, one language, which is love, and that's how we move on. Guys, have a wonderful evening and see you again really soon. Bye.